So Carl, this is the boy.
This is Peanuts. This is his stable name at home. We called him that, not because he cost it, but because he looks like a peanut.
He looks like a peanut?
He's had his warm-up already today, because I like them to walk at least for 15 minutes before he works. And that's purely simply just so that his joints are a little bit oiled and moving. And, you know, on a nice day as well, then we're very lucky here, we've got a 100-acre farm. So they're able to walk around the farm before and after work, which I always think is not only good for, again, their muscles, but also good for relaxation. And we have got some hills here. So, you know, dressage horses, especially at this level as well, have to be very fit. And the first basic little exercise I'm doing is shoulder in. And this is the first bit of collected work almost here. His inside hind leg has to step up here to my right rein. Now I'm going to do the travers, which is the opposite now. I'm bringing the quarters in.
You make that sound so easy and it looks so easy, but how on earth do you train a horse to do that?
Well, this is real collection, Alice, and I think that it's very easy. If you look at a horse now that has his trot, you can see what a lovely active hind leg he has. And because he's now older and he understands my aids as a rider, so here when I take a tweak on the rein, which you shouldn't be able to see, and then a little touch with my heels, that is my aid to him to make this elevation.
So what next?
Well, I'm going to move to the canter work now, and this is the canter pirouette. This has to be done on the centre line, so I would be really riding right at the judge for this. The hind legs have to stay on the centre line, and the front legs come around and out. Here I'm going to ride some flying changes. So every third stride I give him an aid with my leg, and you can see that he springs from his left lead to his right lead. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now again, this is something, the 3 tempi changes would be for a lower level than the Olympic level. So I'm now going to move him to the 2 tempi changes, where you'll see him change every second stride. And again, what the judges are looking for is a horse that's straight, expressive, and showing, you know, that lovely willingness to go forward. And I'm going to ride the 1 tempis where he'll change every stride. So I'm constantly working on improving these more difficult movements. Good boy.
I mean, it's amazing that, watching you do that. It just looks like he's just skipping down that long side.
When you see a horse do it like that, you don't realise perhaps how long it took. And here you can see I'm just going to reward him and let him stretch his neck again, because he's been really good.
So that's rewarding him for trying hard for you?
Yeah, and this is letting all the muscles, you know, he's been collected now for, you know, 5 minutes there. We've been riding him in a different balance that gets all the weight here on his hindquarters, and now I'm letting all the balance change so that he can now just stretch everything out again. The last thing I'm going to finish with is the piaffe, and this is the trot on the spot. I just ride him forward a few strides so I can get the energy in, and then ride him forward again a few strides, just so that he really feels free and loose again. And then I'm going to bring him back and ask him this time to make a more energetic piaffe. So collect him, and now more forward and more active. So I can almost do this one a little bit faster. Good boy.
Yeah.
And you can see like that, then he has more height in his stride. So I think, Alice, it's time for you to have a go and see how near a Grand Prix rider you could be.
Oh my goodness. Well, this is a chance of a lifetime. I can't believe it. Carl Hester is letting me loose on his Olympic horse Escapado. Wish me luck.
Now, have you ever done a piaffe before?
No.
This is the advanced Grand Prix movement here, and this really is what decides the difference between a normal horse and a great horse. And you're about to experience this feel now, and this is at least 6 years' work to get this far, and I just hope that the feeling's worth it for you. He's had a little bit of me. There you are. Good, good. And he's had me help him a little bit like this in the past.
Wow,
very good.
Wow, he really came up there.
You can feel all that weight that goes back onto their hind legs when they do that. Okay, Alice, let's try the passage now. This is the highly collected trot. And now you very gently ask for trot, but your reins are going to stay slow down. Slow down, slow it right down. Half of that if you can. Good, so bring him back. Bring him back. There we are. Now, look at that. Lovely. Bring him back. Bring him right. Very good. There we now have the passage. You've made a Grand Prix rider, Alice. Look at that. 5 minutes and you've picked it up. So you just bring him back again. But you can feel this is just the trot. So I could say to you, go forward a little bit. So very gently just let him trot back to a collected trot again. Lovely. Very soft. Very nice. And now you're going to sit up, lift your upper body, and you're going to touch him with your heels and then just slow the front down. There we are. And now you're coming forward into that lovely passage steps again. Very good.
Wow.
All right, let's just change the rein on the diagonal and just see that you can do that on the other rein as well. Gently move the reins and encourage him just to drop his neck and soften up in his back. Very good, like that. So now he's beginning to, you can see there how he's beginning to relax with you. His stride's coming softer now.
Yeah.
So now pick him up again. So you just shorten up both reins. And once again, let's see if you can get the passage. So you're going to slow the front down with a little half halt. So that literally is you saying wait with your rein. Now with your legs say, okay, up. Very good. And now do an extension again on the long side with a very soft neck. So you just stretch him a little bit. Look at that. Fit for any Olympic arena there, Alice, I think. Okay, let him have a walk and stretch. I think that's enough now. You've fiddled with my Ferrari, as they say, and I'm delighted that he's accepted you because he's really only used to having me ride him. So I think there that he's accepted you ride him is fantastic, and you have experienced just a little, but hopefully something that you'll remember of a Grand Prix horse. Well done.
You know, you talk about his power and the Ferrari, and you really get the sensation of enormous power that you make it look very easy, but the collection is of that, but keeping that amazing expression is
we have two things really in dressage that is very important, which you have to try and have, and that is called positive tension, if that makes sense.
Yes.
You know, to have that little bit of on the edge, but the horse working with you and not against you.
Yes.
And of course that's what's so difficult, to put so much power in and yet have the positive tension that goes with that.
Amazing. Well, Carl, I think I better get off him because any more wrong button pushing and the Beijing Olympic gold may not be yours.
Well, I know who to ring when things go wrong next time, Alice, but thank you very much. I think you did a great job.
Well, that was an amazing treat. Thank you. And thank you. Thanks, Peanuts.